Nah, but tell the story again, Solomon. Tell the
Yeah,
story
all
again,
right.
bro.
From the top, man, this man Aaron Rodgers is essentially, I don't know who he is, but
Scammer.
he's a fantastic scammer. Scarface, like the Godfather, whatever you want to call it, bro. This man at the beginning of the season, when there was like a slew of like reporters' questions asking NFL players, "Hey, are you vaccinated?" Because the difference between the NFL and NBA is you don't have to be vaccinated, but even if you weren't, they were still getting slack. So what Aaron Rodgers did when he was asked that question at the beginning of the season was he said that he was immunized.
Right.
And they just kept it pushing.
But bro, it's even worse. It's not just that you get slack, bro. It's that there's different protocols when you're doing when you're on the field, when you're doing post game stuff. So he was doing just normal vaccinated, pretending he's vaccinated protocols during post game, on the field. Like the whole organization just took his word for it, just off GP.
No. And the one thing he didn't, the one thing that kind of threw people off was the fact that he didn't believe in wearing masks at pressers.
Right.
So he was just
it was because he was unvaccinated. I thought Brandon, are you sure he's actually following protocols like a vaccinated player?
A vaccinated player would wear a mask. But I believe because he said he was unvaccinated, nobody checked. I mean, because he said he was vaccinated, nobody checked.
Well, yeah, because he said he was immunized.
Right. Whatever. Yeah.
But yeah. He what's it called?
I wasn't lying. I was just, I didn't want to answer the question. So I just said something that wasn't true.
So by immunized, he just meant so he's immunized against some other virus is what he was
he's saying. Just taking antibiotics or other.
He has immunity.
Okay.
He said he has immunity. Basically, that's what he said.
After the things I took, I believe I have immunity. I believe in body autonomy, and I believe I do not have to abide by anything that you say.
He literally said, "I have immunity." That's what he said. He didn't say,
immunity to need to take the vaccine.
I'm immunized.
I'm immunized.
Oh my God.
I'm immunized.
That's what he literally said.
And so basically,
but I didn't
got COVID. He got COVID. Mike, he got COVID a couple weeks back. And people were like, wait, what do you mean? You said you were vaccinated. He was like, no, I said I was immunized.
Yo, but
what does that mean?
Another player recently just on the Vikings just got hospitalized for COVID, and he was vaccinated.
Oh, he was vaccinated? Wow.
Yeah, and he got hospitalized because he had shortness of breath.
I mean, how is he now?
I have no idea, bro. It was just little quick stories, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Very inconsequential, but juxtaposed to the Aaron Rodgers shit. It's like, see?
Now it gives Aaron Rodgers some finger pointing.
The straw man. Yeah, that's me. Straw man argument is crazy here, but I get it. It was a really funny situation. He gets COVID. He's out last week. He's potentially out this week unless he's cleared. Still debatable if he is or not. But the real issue is the man wasn't suspended. The NFL said, yeah, you lied to us wholeheartedly and to all of our journalists. For lying, we're going to not even slap you on the wrist.
We're just going to pretend like it didn't happen.
Yeah, they're literally pretending as if it didn't happen. And last week, Green Bay played the Chiefs. And honestly, it was the biggest power move Aaron Rodgers has pulled in his lifetime, getting COVID. This man, Jordan Love, stunk it up. They showed a picture of his family having, I think, the nosiest of the nosebleed seats. Just watching his son flunk it up. Nah, this shit is not good. This shit, Green Bay is nothing. Their entire organization is nothing without this man. And last week proved it. I think that's part of the reason why there's a lack of punishment coming out, because I don't think they can allow Green Bay to have Jordan Love as their quarterback right now.
Yeah, no way.
They definitely work something out, bro. Take some draft picks. It like if there's some more like flack coming down the line, there might be like a 6th rounder that might get pulled. NFL said we did our job, but I'm not gonna lie, this shit is hilarious. Aaron Rodgers essentially got away with lying, and there are no repercussions, and so it's literally like, yeah.
Yeah, but y'all see niggas get on Stephen A about this shit?
No, what they say.
Bro, Jay Williams on his show, he's like, man, why don't you have the same energy for Aaron Rodgers that you did for Kyrie? Every time you can talk about Kyrie, you be like, man, this nigga's so stupid. I can't believe Kyrie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he was just like, he's just really just like, oh, I'm so disappointed with Aaron Rodgers. Oh, you know what I'm saying?
Like didn't have like anything extra, like
Right. He just called out. It's like, bro, like how you say things and the way you use your body language when you talk, like that affects people and their opinions on certain things, and like the amount of information you give towards one person, but just sort of gloss over the facts on like towards another. Is just like it's bullshit journalism, and it just makes you look like a coon, bro. Like
well, it's sensationalism. Stephen A's always been in that business, though, like kind of having those talks, like essentially just those rants are essentially what got him popular,
right? And I think, and I it's sad to see that that's what he's just relying on now. Like he's just like, oh, that's who I am. I'm this caricature. So I mean,
that's what he got paid for. That's what it is. Like it's just like that. It's like that entertainment business industry. It's like you always want to wish and hope that entertainers, influencers, and people in that entertainment industry are going to, I don't know, do what's right. But there's always a bottom dollar for a lot of these people.
I feel bad for him, but if that's what he wants to do, if he wants to be a clown for the rest of his life, then more power to him.
So be it.
So be it.
He'll get paid 50 mil to do it.
Stephen A. That's how you feel.
Yeah. Sell your soul.
Yeah, man. There's a lot of like weirdos, man, in the entertainment industry, man. Like I seen this one thing, like y'all know Lakeith Stanfield, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he just had a movie came out. It was cool, a little Western movie on Netflix.
Oh yeah, the Black Western. I like that. Yeah. I mean, I didn't see it, but I might actually see it.
Yeah, it was cool, man. It's just like a normal Western movie, except with black people. Same
yeah, I like it.
Same kind of Western plots. But I saw something that he said that really kind of threw me off. He was like, "We need to make it cool for black kids to be smart again," and I was like, I don't like that shit, bro. I don't like the implication that black people think it's cool to be stupid. Like I don't know any person who thinks it's cool to be stupid. Like niggas is just hungry, bro. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, but like so like is I kind of see where he's coming from. So like
there's a glamorization of hip hop and rap culture that I think we should probably that's the elephant in the room. And I know you're trying to address something in terms of the way he's speaking towards black people.
Yeah.
But there is like very detailed evidence about the glamorization of like violence in hip hop in the 90s. And that's what was advertised to black people. It may not be how black people act, but that's what was advertised to black people.
That's advertised to America. Fuck black. That's advertised to the world. Like all right. I'm just saying, like, when you look at a lot of these new rap artists, a lot of the people who go to their concerts, who actually are purchasing their music, who are actually purchasing their merchandise, are not black people. The people who are actually affected by this are not black people. So to buy into that stereotype that every black person gives that much of a fuck about rap music is stupid, is retarded.
Well, it's not only rap though, just like more. So like obviously like if you like growing up in school, the most popular kids are not the smartest kids. You know what I'm saying? Like
that doesn't matter. That has nothing to do with race. The most popular kids are the most athletic kids, but that has nothing to do with
black people most of the time are the most athletic kids.
Depending on what school you go to. You go to all white school, the most athletic kids aren't black. They're white, but they're still just as fucking stupid. They still don't give they still don't give just as much of a fuck about school. The only difference is their dad can buy them into college.
No, like
that's the difference between the white athlete and the black athlete. Is the white athlete's dad can buy them into a college, and the black athlete's dad can't.
I think you're being defensive here, Brandon.
Am I being defensive?
No,
I'm
gonna just say for 2 seconds. I want to ask us to like you are coming from a very good place, and I'm coming from not such of a good place. I'm trying to play like the devil's advocate here, and I'm saying you are coming from a very good place with your intention and your heart.
Okay.
But what I like, it's still like there are stereotypes that have come from the Black community that are still cemented with like it came from somewhere.
Like, no.
Yeah. It came from, and I want to like really quickly explain, and like when you speak to the white people that like are listening to the new rappers today, like rap became the most popular like music genre. There was a period of
fuck that. You know why I say fuck that? I say Black music has always been the most popular.
Sure.
Whatever
money wise, I'm talking. I get it. I don't want to argue. I'm not here to argue semantics. Not here to argue. I'm just trying to argue. I'm trying to talk about the actual point.
All I'm saying is niggas today aren't even really rapping, bro. They're singing.
I accept that. I'm accepting
that. It's still the most popular. It's still the most popular.
I get that. Rapping. I am talking about Billboard bullshit. Let's talk like. And I understand that we don't want to use white standards.
Tyler the Creator had the #1 album, bro. He don't even really rap like that. The Igor album was a #1 album on Billboard in 2019. He's not even a real rapper like that.
I understand.
He's not even on the radio. Most of his fans aren't Black. So I'm just saying, like, why is there still this?
And that, Brandon, and when we
buying into this stereotype?
When we speak to hip hop history, you're only speaking to the last 5 to 6 years of it. Like there was a transition for white people to get.
Like so, Brandon, let me put it to you like this. So like.
Speak to me about this shit, because at your
high school,
history, we can go there.
At your high school, was the most popular Black person? Was he like intelligent? Was he like super smart? Like everybody loved him. Like was he the most popular kid in school?
I don't know. Like the most popular Black kid was probably the quarterback, whose dad was the coach, and yeah, he was pretty smart. He ended up going to Texas A&M on a track scholarship.
All right, so like, but that's because like he has the sports to back up. Like he was popular because he was athletic, not because he was smart, is what I'm saying. So
that's
like,
fine, but that's regardless. You can go to a white school and it'll be the same thing. That white athlete, that white jock will be just as stupid. The only difference is the resources that he has.
Okay, I see what you're saying, but really also like
it's not it's a really simple thing that's happening here. All he's doing is talking to like all you have to do is interpret the message from Lakeith Stanfield in a different way. Like if you interpret it that way, you can't interpret it that way.
I'm saying he's promoting the idea to other races. Fuck, yes, because
you think he's
nobody's gonna
a message that could be truly interpreted as a message.
But also,
no kid is gonna think. I'm just saying, me personally, working with kids in the inner city, no kid thinks it's cool to be stupid. I don't know any fucking kid that thinks it's cool to be stupid.
Okay, but do they think it's cool to be like literally a software engineer?
It's cool to get money, bro. And like school.
Yes, it's cool to get money. That's not what.
But like when you're in high school,
being smart and being rich are two different things.
When you're in high school, like you don't know, like you're not thinking about being a software engineer to get money.
Like that is the whole point. Nip is putting tech and STEM programs in the hood.
Time out.
For a reason.
Time out.
What's up?
Why is that important? Because
having a skill that nobody can take from you, that you can contribute to something that can be lasting and worthwhile and make you money.
Engineers have terrible personable skills. Most engineers that I know have terrible.
This is not what we're talking about. You're diverting. You're diverting.
Most engineers talking to two
engineers are Black.
All engineers are not Black. All engineers are not Black.
All engineers are not Black.
Bro, you can develop skills in other things that can be profitable. You could develop skills in just sales and marketing, just on a basic level.
Doesn't matter.
That is more.
You are still removing yourself from the point because
I'm not.
You are saying
I'm really not.
The comment was.
I'm really not.
It's not cool to be smart.
All right. So let me put it to you this way, Brandon. Let me talk to you. Let me talk to you about my personal experience through high school.
Okay.
All throughout high school, I would consistently get comments that said, oh, you're not like other Black people, you're smart and you're in honors classes,
Right,
and shit like that.
because that's
Like the
stereotype.
stereotype was that Black people are not smart. And I think what
And that's from slavery, bro. That shit's
and
from
what the director was trying to say that
who do you think is actually saying that shit? Like
white
the shit
people ever since slavery.
You think white people are saying no, Brandon, are you telling me that the white people told me that I am not like, are you saying that
white people, Asian people, whoever?
No, yeah, for me it was, yes.
Yes, white people, Asian people are the people who are telling you you're not like other Black people. Black people aren't telling me that. They'll be like, oh yeah, you're smart, but they're not thinking I'm like some fucking God compared to them in terms of like what I like our mental capacity. You know what I'm saying? I don't know any person that I've dealt with that's Black like that thinks I'm like just like so crazy because I went to college.
No, I just think that what he was trying to do when saying that is remove that negative stereotype about Black people, because the stereotype exists, Brandon, whether you like it or not.
I know,
like it's a stereotype that he's just saying we need to get rid of.
No cap. That's what I'm saying. Stop saying that stupid shit as a Black person. If other races say it, fine, check them on it, whatever. But as a Black person, we can't personally ourselves be because that's why this shit survives, is because us ourselves are stabbing ourselves every time we say stupid shit about ourselves. Like we're hurting our image every time we say stupid shit about ourselves. We need to stop doing that stupid shit. That's fucking retarded to say stupid shit about ourselves. Say that we are all stupid. Like that's stupid. That's dumb as fuck. We're not.
I think I think you are taking the message and you are misconstruing it in a way that is like it's just like, if you think
no really Black kid thinks it's cool to be stupid. They just don't have the same resources. That's really what it is. If he was really trying to help Black kids, he was instead of saying, what's it like? We need to make it cool for Black people to be smart again. He would set up a program.
He should,
to get Black people to go into whatever they think is cool, or make it so that they have a meal.
It's the messaging.
So they don't have to worry about that shit. You know what I'm saying?
I get that. The messaging is stupid.
Set up a program so that they have food, so they don't got to worry about eating, so they don't have to worry about making money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I get that. It's
just a hierarchy.
I get where you're coming from, Brandon. I get where you're coming from.
I'm just saying, it's just common psychology, bro, of just any normal person. Like, stop thinking that we're so fucking different from everybody else because white people said so. I don't give a fuck about what white people said 400 years ago, bro. We know that shit ain't true, bro. We can all fucking read now. The fuck? That's the difference. Is that niggas got the same books as white people now. That's the difference. Fuck. But I don't know, bro. We can get into the Mostly Bullshit podcast.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Let's get into the Mostly Bullshit podcast. Yo.
Mike.
I'm Brandon.
And I'm Solomon.
Yeah, and this is the weekly catch up between 3 former college roommates. We debate. We talk about controversial topics. We talk about the news. We talk about sports. We talk about life. But mostly we're just bullshitting. Every week we start with Mike. He brings us with a great topic, and we all go through our own topics. So, Mike, what's your topic?
So in the past couple of weeks, everyone's probably heard that Facebook rebranded themselves as Meta in an effort to bring in this new digital era of the Metaverse. And obviously a lot of companies are following suit, investing in this Metaverse type technology. There's a lot of cryptocurrencies that are becoming more popular because of it, such as Mana and Sand. They're two gaming cryptos that are for immersing yourself in kind of like a digital world, in which you can buy like digital real estate. You can then you would buy digital real estate, build like your digital home, and then this is where you would like show all of your NFTs and shit like that. So it's like people are building literal like art galleries,
like paintings on a wall.
Yeah, like people are building literal art galleries in these metaverses with their NFTs. And I don't know, to me, like I still don't really see the value in it. I don't see like why having something digital means like it should have value because you can replicate it as many times as you want. But I guess the idea is that like once you have like this NFT, like that's like there's a it's usually ran on the Ethereum network, and there's like a proof of stake or a contract that proves that that NFT is the original and only like, and anything else is just a ripoff of it.
There's a digital stamp on it. Cool.
Yeah, it's just a digital stamp to say that like this is the original,
This is the
and
original
the only one that
digital
exists
certificate.
in this digital metaverse.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
So I think it's stupid, but I'm still gonna try to make money off of it. Like, I mean, if this is the new wave, if people are gonna like buy onto it, I'm gonna buy the cryptos that will be used in these digital metaverses, 1,000%. Because like that's the whole like the crypto along with the metaverse opens up a whole new like way to make money. Like people are going to be able to be selling like digital services in the metaverse, exchanging crypto. And so like I just think that people, if you can, try to get in early now, because like I think it's going to blow up, even though to me it's stupid.
I don't think it's going to blow. I mean, I think it's going to blow up, but I don't think people are going to invest that much into it that I think people are expecting.
What are you talking about? Like Facebook literally changed their company to Meta, the biggest company in the world. Like,
I understand Facebook,
one of the biggest companies.
I understand Facebook pivoted to that.
You don't think the market will pivot with it?
No.
But like there's already like Microsoft is already looking into digital metaverses, fucking Apple.
Because Microsoft teamed up with Facebook because they want their work conferences to be virtual. They want to boost their capabilities of being able to communicate virtually just internally at Microsoft.
So you don't think that when two of the biggest companies in the world are trying to push for something, it's not going to push the culture in that direction? Like Facebook, like we've already had this conversation about Facebook. Facebook runs the world essentially. Like,
yeah, Mike, just to explain, it will still have a big impact in terms of, I don't think the adoption rate may not be there. The thing is, it's going to be extremely hard to adopt. That's the only thing I have a hard time wrapping my head around. Because I see the NFT environment to be like a little ridiculous at times, because like we have,
agreed.
So when we get into like this metaverse and we get into like a digital reality where we're interacting with like I honestly see this as like a digital playground for like Clubhouse. You know what I'm like?
It's like Sims, or like, what was that?
Yeah, it's damn near Sims.
It's just instant messenger with like a little person.
And all you have is your Oculus set on you.
Bro, I get it.
And you're paying for that now. And now you're paying for that to like in like an app that's like that has in-game purchases, which is like
I get like, honestly guys, I'm 100% with you guys on like not seeing the hype behind it and to like why like, but like I just don't understand how, like, obviously Facebook and Microsoft know something. Like they're two of the biggest companies in the world. Why would they put so much money towards this if they didn't think it was going to blow up?
I think Facebook has already kind of been in this space a little bit with Oculus already. And I think it's just branching out to kind of identify new markets and see how they can connect. And essentially it's integrating that, it's that AR with, is Oculus AR or
no?
It's virtual reality. VR.
Sorry, my bad. It's VR with crypto. That's all I'm seeing is
like, but like I saw another project where, and like I definitely wouldn't do this shit because they already have enough information, but like there's a crypto project which you can literally scan.
Oh, shit, hold on here.
The metaverse technology will continue to help develop that technology as well.
1000%. I think it's just the early stages. There's going to be like a multitude of applications for the metaverse. And I think it almost is attempting to provide as a medium for other platforms to kind of work on. Like if you want to, like, I think the marketing side of the very first rollout of Metaverse may not be the greatest because they don't fully see the vision as well. But like right now, it's just people creating homes, kind of like The Sims. What it could be eventually is like, you know, therapists having virtual sessions together, like with their clients.
Because
like
I believe it's because like the servers are decentralized. You can basically do anything you want virtually.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
You have the capacity to do anything you want virtually.
Yeah. And like, you know, as like we've seen like what the pandemic did, like literally locked everyone in their house for a year. Like, especially like, I mean, obviously, like if we had this technology during the pandemic, it would have been better. But like now that people are ready to kind of go back outside and really experience the world, it's kind of not necessary anymore. But I mean, people could still like visit, say you want to visit like a place and you just don't have the money to go, or well, I guess it'd still be expensive to get the VR stuff, but like you don't have the capacity.
I want to go to Barbados.
But you don't have the capacity, like, but like, so say like you want to go on like multiple trips, see multiple places, but you can only afford to see one. Like, you know, if you, you could have the virtual experience to essentially like immerse yourself in that area and see like what you would see if you were there.
So what happens like when you commit like virtual crimes?
Shit, I mean, there's gonna be no laws in the metaverse. You do what you want.
Like, you like respond. Like theoretically, if I like virtually made myself a gun, and Mike, you theoretically made yourself and then bought a house. If I virtually broke into your house and shot you, what are the implications of that and can you respond?
I mean, that's getting into like if we're like neurologically connected, like some Sword Art Online type shit. Like,
Neuralink. They're gonna link up with Elon Musk next.
Yeah, like our brains are literally gonna be fucking uploaded to this fucking metaverse. That's scary to me.
See, like that is actually where I think this VR place might have real power. If you can, like, if someone's like in a vegetable state consciously attached, bro, it's gonna be wild. There's gonna be super rich people with brains just on ice, just connected into this metaverse. How old are you? Yeah, I just turned 345 the other day. My brain has been
yeah,
it's gonna be nuts.
You think rich people would be in the metaverse?
Like after they die, like, you know, like to keep consciousness, like
after their physical bodies die.
I think they're gonna be able to find like the next step.
Digital body.
The next step to this is getting your brain waves connected to the metaverse, your consciousness, and then
I don't think we understand what consciousness is enough to say that.
And then the next part is being able to have the brain sustain on its own with a blood supply, and then that's all it is. You get to virtually live forever. And that's the first step. That's the first step to living forever.
So keeping a brain on oxygen and blood.
I don't know.
Bro, this is hundreds of years down the road, though. This is long after we're
mostly bullshit.
This is a RoboCop Matrix.
I'm saying like this, but I'm just saying the metaverse is the first. The metaverse is the first step to that.
Yeah, we're speculating. It's a speculation.
It's the first step
to a dystopian future. Thanks, guys. I'm glad you're
that was going to be my second point.
You should know that every single future is a dystopian future by now.
No, it's not, bro.
All right. Sorry. We should all have a much better outlook.
All right, bro. I'm just saying, we are not victims. We're not victims. We create our own realities. Is my view.
No, I agree.
Yeah, of course.
I'm not gonna digitally upload myself to the metaverse. But I'm gonna invest and bank on people doing it so I can make money.
I'm not virtually actually going to commit crimes in the metaverse. Like I'm not claiming that either. I'm just speculating.
Right. I think what you were describing was hacking. So like
hacking the metaverse, breaking the loop, trying to figure out the source.
Like Like that could be a crazy level of crime, though. Yeah, like digitally stealing someone's NFTs.
Finding the source code for the metaverse and just destroying Ethereum from the inside out.
Yeah,
there's your next crime movie. Yo, Spielberg.
I don't think that's
the stories write themselves.
That's Brandon, like that's not how it works. That's not how it works.
Oh shit. But yeah, like it could be a dystopian future, like of everyone just fucking never leaving their house, just in the metaverse. You know, you can digitally grocery shop and someone comes and delivers your groceries to you.
Instacart, shout out to just keeping the loop full.
Yep. Shit like that. But yeah, we can move on from the metaverse. I do recommend looking into cryptos like Mana and Sand. Those are two cryptos that could be pretty big in the metaverse gaming space.
Cool.
I'm with that. I'm all about that.
For sure. Well, I guess I'll get into my topic. I was gonna talk about the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. So there's a lot of controversy around the trial because a lot of people think that the judge, overseeing the trial proceedings, the court proceedings, is kind of biased towards Kyle Rittenhouse because he feels like he was, should be. I feel like it seems like he feels personally that Kyle Rittenhouse had the right to stand his ground. He made it clear in the beginning of the court proceedings that the prosecution couldn't refer to the people Kyle Rittenhouse shot as victims, but it was all right to refer to them as rioters or looters. There's a lot of controversy on whether or not Kyle Rittenhouse is guilty. He shot people, but there's claiming that he was threatened first. One person said that he even pointed a gun at Kyle Rittenhouse before Kyle Rittenhouse shot him. Someone said that they threatened him with another person he shot said they threatened him with a skateboard or something. But it seems like from the situation is sort of like people were trying to intimidate each other, on opposing sides of an issue. Yeah. There's people there, obviously upset about, I believe it was Jacob Blake is that what they were, because it was Kenosha, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think they were, people were protesting the Jacob Blake shooting, and Kyle Rittenhouse with his mom came out heavily armed, and they were just walking around patrolling the streets, with guns, and so legally, for sure, legally, but they're just sort of
illegally.
His is illegal, right? Because he's 17. He was 17 at the time,
and crossed state lines,
right? And cross state lines, all that. So it's just weird, It's just like, what do you do in those type of situations where everybody showed up looking for trouble? It seems like.
Yeah, I mean, I think the entire situation is fucked. Yeah. Personally, I think based on what I've heard from the case, it's going to be really easy not to charge him with much. I mean, I think he might get I'm not even sure if he might get a manslaughter charge.
I just get away with a gun charge, but
I honestly think there's a viable possibility that this judge can say that the only crime he committed truly was purchasing a gun and crossing state lines. Because I actually think in the Midwest, some of these, I don't think you have to be 18 to hold a gun or purchase a gun in some of these states. But I'm not 100% sure on it. But what I know for sure is illegal is that he went into another state with it. Right. So that's one thing without any other parties involved. That one thing, the 100% on him. Outside of that, it's really sad how jury members have to show that they will be impartial to a case. The judges are elected and assigned. Mm-hmm. And there is I'm not sure what the process is in I hope it would be something similar to a jury selection where we all know that's actually never going to be the case because of how many right-leaning judges there are that we have spread out across the country in like the local circuit courts, as well as just smaller city courts as well. So from my perspective, I don't think this will be a healing situation in any way. I think that Rittenhouse will absolutely learn what it means to be the center of attention, and may have a better understanding of like being this aggressive on like this stance that he's taken against protesters. But I honestly think, I'm not sure nothing can happen of this because of how grave this like situation is in the way that the judge is like framing this argument. And so it doesn't seem promising to me. And so like what I look to is like, how can we ensure a judge is unbiased as he sees both kind of parties? Because with the Ahmaud Arbery case, I'm kind of just bringing it to another case really quickly. It's a really small town, so a lot of people were actually complaining. Why is it so many? There was 11 white jurors and 1 black juror for reference. But when we went through, like, there was like some investigative journalism talking, not just investigative journalism, just regular journalism about like, why was this the case? It was because it was a small town in that area. Almost everybody that was black knew about Ahmaud Arbery, their family, and said they potentially would be impartial to deciding that case.
They would be partial, you mean, too?
I mean, sorry, I apologize. Partial.
Yeah.
They would be partial because they knew of them. They knew a member of their family. But for judges, I'm not sure if there's like a process like that to say, hey, what are your views? Your political views? What are your views on this type of event? And like, I know judges in public offices are like, they're much more well aware or self-aware to be like, we can't say the stupid bullshit on Facebook that all other people, like, that their friends and family would likely post. But they still have those thoughts and ideas. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that was kind of proven by Mike's comment earlier by saying that the ring of the phone was going off, and what they heard was what was the song again, Mike?
It was like "Proud to Be an American," which was a song that Trump used in a lot of his rallies.
Yeah, so it's just like it's a tough situation. So it's like, are we not allowed to say that this man has bias in these situations that Trump has stood so firmly on one side for?
I don't think we need to, like, I mean, sure, change the rules or change the process so that we can vet court officials. Cool. But I don't think we're getting rid of bias. We just have to have better rules.
Yes. Yeah. We can't get rid of bias because we're getting divided like day by day. Like we're having more and more like, I guess, adventurous fucking ideas about what we think about other people just because we're seeing more shit on a day to day.
I've had thoughts, and like, I'm not saying this is a good idea or not, but like, I don't know if like juries should always just be like a group of peers. Like it's like going back to the Ahmaud Arbery case. Like, why did all the jurors had to be from that town? Like,
just that area. They're supposed to be like a representative of like the county or like the city.
Like, see, like when it comes to cases like these, it's impossible. Like you said, it's impossible to find someone who's impartial to a particular situation. Like, obviously, like any case that involves police, like there's two sides to this. There's no one who's like right in the middle of how they feel about police. Like at this point in society, because we've had all of these huge cases of police killing black people. So it's like everyone's already made their stance essentially. Yeah. So like to find someone who's impartial to that is impossible. So it's almost like we need to, like, we shouldn't just pick like a random pool of our peers and say that they are deemed to make this kind of decision. Like, because what the fuck is the point? Like, really, what's the point of like having a judge if ultimately the judge doesn't make the decision?
The judge can't make a decision. Even if the jury makes a decision,
the judge is making the decision.
The judge is making the decision.
He frames the work.
It's
like
the illusion
like
of
the judge chooses like what evidence the jury can use to make their decision.
Literally, what can you take that,
but he can declare a mistrial. He can say, nah, the jury.
That's only if the jury's hung, though, right? Like if the jury can't come to a decision.
Yeah, if the jury came to a decision and the judge allowed it to go all the way through, if the judge called it a mistrial on his own accord, that would, I think, raise questions.
It's happened.
Yeah, but yeah, I think what a solution should be, and I think the issue is like how closely. I mean, the police and like that court system are tied so closely together because of literally the effect of traffic court tickets, like crimes. They're all going to be placed into court where you will be tried, and there's like the liaison of like the district attorney's office, the prosecutors, the public defenders. Like there is a community there between the police officers, the lawyers, as well as the judges. There is a community. And so what I would propose is that we need to have a different court system for public officials.
Solomon, you're gonna have to move. I propose that you're gonna have to move if that's what you want.
Yeah.
Literally, I would literally say for a different court system.
Good.
Yeah. No, I thought it was me that froze.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Brandon.
I literally, because I thought my laptop died.
No, bro, you guys are frozen on my end. That's hella weird. Hello? Can y'all hear me? Damn.
Being a random pool of people, like have like professional people that are fully vetted and like I guess approved to be jurors, like, and I'll almost make it like a government job.
I honestly was gonna say like, you should have
like to serve on a jury, like it's a government job that you can do rather than just picking random people who have these wide-ranging views of.
But then those are damn near judges, Mike. That would be
But like they wouldn't be trained like judges, like they wouldn't be like, you know, they wouldn't have went to like.
But if you're having them judge on multiple people's cases, they have to be trained in some way. And how do you want?
Like they'd have some kind of law training. But not to the level of a judge.
Are paralegals going to be like all the jurors in the world? Is that going to be like their internship job?
Yeah, something like that, or just like, it's tough.
It makes it tough, bro, because apparently
it would have to create a whole new branch of law. Like it wouldn't be like you wouldn't major in like you would major in law, but your emphasis would be on jury.
Mm-hmm.
Being like an impartial juror, like, and you would be taught like how to be impartial, how to be presented with evidence and then come to a decision based off that evidence. Mm-hmm. But because either way, and it's not going to be perfect because like we said, biases are always going to exist no matter what we do. But like if it's your job to be impartial and like you do that on a daily basis, I feel like people will get better at it. At least, and like instead of just putting a juror of like 11 white people who obviously are going to feel like from a small Republican town who are obviously going to say, yeah, you should have stood us around. Let's get rid of these niggers, like fucking type people on a jury. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh my god, yeah. I feel you. No, I get it. It's just I don't know, man. I don't think anything good is going to come from this case. Just from the end of the day,
it sucks.
I don't have trust in Wisconsin as a state.
Yeah.
For sure. But are you guys down to move to the next one? Next topic?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
So So the next topic is, I mean, as our fellow podcasters may or may not know, or to the podcast audience, me and Mike are actually going on a flight today to Las Vegas. We're going to the Dayton Vegas 3-day hip hop festival at the Las Vegas Festival Grounds, and we're about to have a blast. Actually, we're linking up for dinner and finding some other stuff that may help us in our festival activities. But the reason why I wanted to bring that up is because earlier this past weekend, Astroworld was in Houston.
Yeah.
So I think it's a 2-day or might be 3-day this time around, or 2-day or 3-day hip hop festival led by Travis Scott in Houston, which is usually a wonderful event for the city. It generates a lot of tourism, economy, all that good bullshit. But this year there was a huge event that kind of took place, and it's being kind of talked about throughout the week. And so essentially what happened, of what we know now, 8 festival goers died due to, at this point, unknown reasons. What we do know is that there was a trampling or a stampede that occurred at one of the security entrances. And so there was also note that there was an overselling of tickets for the crowd destination. And so as some of the video has come out, we see that you kind of just see horrific images and videos of people kind of being carried out with music being blasted at levels where you can't even hear the next person next to you. And so it was a really scary situation for the concert goers. And they were attempting, I saw some videos where they were attempting to stop the show. But from what we know, the show went on for at least another half an hour after calls for the show to shut down so they could address the security concern, which was the number
who called for the show to be shut down?
That I'm not sure, but there were calls for the
just random people at the festival. They tried to,
this is too much.
There's a girl
there's people just falling over, collapsing, and at the same time. And so there's from what I see, it would be the appearance of what it would be a mosh pit kind of forming, but it's just somebody collapsing. Because I've seen it happen.
Right. I'm just saying we've all been to concerts where people pass out all around.
Yeah.
But this was on a different level of people passing out.
Because eight people.
That's confirmed. There has to be more. They said 11 people. They keep saying 8 people, but
I think 8 people died. We had
8 people died, but there's 300 injuries. 300 people were dead.
From the testimonials that I've read, people were saying there were literally just a pile of not I don't know what a pile of bodies is considered, but maybe 3 or 4 people just passed out in an area, or and just by you couldn't, people were saying if you put your hands up, you couldn't put them back down because that's how tight the space was. So that's how people were really getting their lungs compressed, so they couldn't breathe, and that was contributing to people passing out and some ultimately dying. And there's children amongst that list too, of people that are dead, which I don't see why you would bring your kid to a Travis Scott concert, but that it happened. And so maybe they'll probably have to start making these events age limits
for real. I think there's going to be a lot of repercussion coming Travis Scott's way. I think there would have been less liability if it was a different event. If this happened at Day in Vegas this following week, Travis Scott would have less liability. But this is Astroworld. This is his event. It's in Houston. Mm-hmm. He is considered to be a member of the community. So as that, he should be protecting said community, which he's supposed to love. And obviously it's not directly on Travis. It's more on the team that surrounds Astroworld and that supports Astroworld. But it was a really scary situation. And I'm thinking if you guys, in your opinion, do you believe should Astroworld be ever should it be able to be produced and played again? Should we have another Astroworld ever again after this event?
I think they can. but they'll really need to be on security. Like they can't allow hundreds of thousands of people to break into the festival essentially, because like the grounds probably had like a capacity limit, but they said over 50,000 people were there, which it's probably which was well above the capacity of what the grounds was supposed to handle. So like, I know we've been in crowds, like I've been to Travis Scott concerts where like, yeah, people are pushing, they're trying to get to the front, people are moshing. But at the end of the day, like you still have enough space around you to be able to, breathe and act accordingly. But like when you're that packed in and people are still moshing and people are still pushing, like I can see that happening as to like people passing out or not having enough, like just oxygen around them to breathe, just like everybody around you is just like,
It's intense. But Brandon, what about you? Do you think Astroworld should go on?
I don't know. It's up to bro.
Well, I'm saying like, do you think like what do you think will then be the repercussions then for Astroworld as a result of this event? Because if you
I don't know what they are going to be. I'm not.
FBI's opened an investigation.
Have they?
Yeah. Into the security of the event.
Yeah, I mean, I think Live Nation is at fault. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm not like a future seer, but what I think should happen is I think Live Nation should be held accountable for one, lack of security, at the VIP area, and two, they should have shut the shit down when they had the security breach. They should have been like, okay, we don't know. Like, there's like hundreds of people in our concert that weren't checked for anything. So we can't have this concert right now. I'm sorry, because there's
like
these 100. Like, if you want, don't get mad at us. Blame these 100 people. They're on video.
Yeah, true. Yeah, but the thing is, so what happens to Live Nation? They're such a big event. Like they support so many concerts, like countrywide for so many different artists. So like, does anything really happen?
They probably got insurance. They'll just probably. Their insurance is going to cover whatever the damages are, and they'll just move on and keep it moving.
Tickets will be $2 more per person for the next year or something.
Yeah, something like that. There'll be like an extra fee when you purchase your ticket, security fee to account for extra security. I
just feel like it would be less expensive. It would have been less expensive to postpone the festival.
Yeah,
like cancel a day.
Yeah,
just because like you can't take that chance with security nowadays.
You cannot.
Yeah, and like I will say, like while I don't think Travis is like 100% at fault, I do think there is a bit of fault that goes on him as well as his fans in their behavior.
Let's talk about that.
Just like so, like we know what like cult culture is like, and Travis Scott has a cult following of fans. Like we all agree on that, right?
Absolutely.
So like,
is it more cult than Beyonce?
No, it's not.
I don't know.
But like it's cultish in a different way. Like Beyonce girl, like women that go see Beyonce aren't going to behave the same way that Travis Scott fans behave. It's the difference between like women and men in this situation. Like you got a bunch of like men are gonna mosh and push and fight, and like Beyonce, like when you go see Beyonce, like women are probably gonna push and like try to go see her, but at the end of the day, like they're not going to like. I don't think they're gonna act in the same. They're not gonna behave in the same way that these teenage boys behave when they go see Travis Scott. Is what I'm saying. Like so, like Travis Scott, like he encourages his fans to act in that way. Like literally in his song "Ain't a Mosh Pit Unless No Injuries," like fucking, he wants them to fight. He wants them to get rowdy. He wants them to push. Like he encourages people to break through like barriers, like the fences and stuff like that. Like he encourages that kind of stuff amongst his fans. So them being the cult that they are, they're gonna fucking listen to him. Like, and so like he has to understand his power that he has, and like his words mean something like to people. Like whether he likes it or not, like this is a lot of people's favorite artist. They're gonna do what he says. Like it sucks that people behave that way or people can't think for themselves in this kind of situation, but that's what happens. And Travis Scott has to understand that he has that kind of power. And so
Yeah, what I took from it is don't do cocaine, kids. It leads to bad decision making.
Yeah.
That's. But also, Travis Scott encourages drug use.
I think that's the
everybody-
biggest. I think that's the biggest issue more so than anything else.
Everybody encourages drug use.
No, they don't. What? Huh? Say that again.
Yeah. See, like all those heavy drugs that Travis Scott talks about doing, like that'll do that to you. So like and just like so just like he has to be aware of that. Like I'm not saying he has to stop rapping about drugs because that's like his whole thing, but like that's how he makes his money. But like he just has to understand, like he has to encourage his fans to act in a civilized manner rather than entice them to do that kind of shit.
The money's only influencing it right now. That's the issue. Like the only reason why he's influenced to say anything about safety, security, civilized anything is just because he's in a situation where he has bad PR. The money's told him to rap about the drugs the entire time, and I think he's been about the money. Like with entertainers, there's not really like. Sure, we can always try to personalize them through PR bullshit, but these motherfuckers do not give two fucks about us. Like they're here for the money. They're always going to be here for the money. If we were to think anything else, we would be the fools to believe that Travis would be the role model for the children to say, "Hey, children."
Yeah, like that's the other.
Take your drugs every morning.
But he does market to children. He does market to them with Fortnite. He did that Fortnite concert. So like he markets to them. He's
influential. He's just never going to be a good role model.
Yeah.
Just he's literally. I don't think we can't ask Travis Scott to be a good role model.
No, and by no means am I asking him to be that, but like he just has to understand that his words have power. That's all. He has to just be more conscious of that. And like I said, I don't want I don't want to cancel Travis Scott. I don't want him to all of a sudden fall off and lose all his money. I just want him to be like, I hope this was a wake up call to him, that he just has to be more aware and just learn a lesson about this. Cause like at the end of the day, like I don't put a lot of blame on him. I just put some of it. And like, so like he just can understand like how he can prevent this to happen in the future.
All right. Sounds good.
I think dude is an addict and has personal issues.
Yeah, I mean,
and so that's related to this bad decision making.
I can also see that as well. I can see that.
I don't think, because people were like, "Yo, this dude's evil. This dude worships the devil." You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's that
evil.
I don't think it's that deep. I think he got problems. I think he got problems that are endorsed by
the far left.
No,
I'm kidding.
No, just endorsed by
the music industry.
Bigger than that, by capitalism in itself in America.
Yeah, it's the money. It's the entertainment industry.
It's endorsed by capitalism, like what Solomon's saying. So
he was seen because of like those types of sounds, and he was for sure on drugs then. Like he's not going to switch up the formula. He's not switching up the formula. No,
but it's detrimental to him in long term.
It is for him as a human being. Yeah,
right. He doesn't. But he's so caught up in the life, and so are his fans that they don't. It's him. Like just because he's rich doesn't mean he's not dealing with the same problems that his fans are dealing with.
Exactly. No, that's a really good. It's a really good place to put it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, because it's like he needs to have a time to step back. I mean, because
that's why they're his fans, because they relate to him.
Yeah, because
did you guys see that struggle?
Did you guys see the Travis Scott documentary?
No, I didn't. But I'm just saying that's why people are his fans, though, because they can relate to.
No, I feel you. Yeah. No, I was literally just gonna ask, like, is there any because from what I've heard, because I didn't watch it and I don't want to speak too much on it, is like you don't really get an insight into Travis Scott.
Yep.
On a documentary about Travis Scott, and so I think it's gonna be hard to kind of see where he's coming from if he's this like because Travis Scott is never like someone who really like makes statements, shows like emotions.
He doesn't do interviews.
He doesn't do interviews. He just fucking hums, raps, and is with a hell of cool people. He's with all the cool people. He's dated all the cool people. He is just part of an elite class, and he does not want to like. He is even more Kanye than Kanye in terms of he does not want to touch the people. But like Kanye is actually reaching back down. Like now these days. Before there was a point where he did not want to associate. He only wanted to associate with the upper elites. That's what I see Travis as.
We should have talked about that Kanye interview. That Kanye interview was crazy.
We should have. Wow. Well, the thing is, I think a part 2 is actually supposed to drop tonight.
Oh, bet. I'm there.
So we might be actually able to speak on that next week.
All right, let's do that because Kanye was dropping some jewels.
All right. Wow. For sure. All right. Well, I mean, I'm open to leaving it there for my topic. I still want to say, with all that being said, I still feel 100% confident in going today in Vegas. They released a message talking about like the security and safety and the importance of that to their festival. So it personally makes me feel a little bit better. So I'm excited. I'm very sorry to hear for the families that were affected by those who are hurt or injured in Astroworld. Like our thoughts and prayers are truly with you because we wouldn't wish that on anyone. It's a truly unfortunate situation that could have been prevented. But yeah, with that being said, we're about to have some fun.
Yes, sir.
Yep. I hope y'all have a great time. Yeah, turn up a couple times.
We'll do.
And,
I'll take a shot for you, bro.
Yeah, bro. Thanks. And yeah, this has been the Mostly Bullshitting podcast. Apologies for the technical difficulties today. There's construction going on in the house, so I've had to move around the house all day, trying to avoid the noise. So apologize for that. But next week we should be lit. Have some great topics to talk about. Yes,
sir. Hey, birthday weekend, right? Let's get it.
Oh yeah, my birthday next weekend. Thanks for shouting me out, Solomon.
Yes, sir. We gonna get it lit. We gotta get shots on here. It's gotta be a drinking podcast. The next one.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm with it.
Confirmed.
All right.
All right. Peace.